Oh yo.
Okay, berarti dia. Continue. Later what you do, sir?
Anything that we're not supposed to do.
Oh, we go time zone lah.
Time zone.
It's mine.
It's theirs.
It's ours.
It's
Your impression of Nanyang. Please be seated.
Thank you,
Thank
teacher.
You're too funny. I can't stand it. So today we are at this episode. Your impression of Nanyang music learning.
Whoa.
And of course we are all set up in a
Classroom.
today I'm the teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
We are your students.
I think it's so hard to even start the episode laughing so badly. Yes. So we are going to talk about how we learn, the process of learning. And I guess learning music, right, we have a different way of calling our teacher to even start off with.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
correct.
Yes.
In Chinese, we call the teacher?
老师.
老师. 100 marks. This is a good student. Yes, of course. So we call 老师, right? Yeah. But then in Malay, you call?
Cikgu.
Oh, why cikgu? Why cikgu?
Cikgu is a teacher. But someone who teaches more than the teacher is called the guru.
Oh, same as us lah.
Yes. So the teacher takes the lesson from the guru.
The teacher takes the lesson from the guru.
Yeah, then
So
he
the
just
guru is
pass
like your
on.
ultimate lah.
Correct. Correct not? Correct lah. I got lifeline to check with.
Copy answer from your friend. Ask next door. Next door for answer. So, but for Indians, we call guru, right?
Guru, yes, but guru is also like Firdaus said, the term is very big. So, like someone like me who's a teacher wouldn't ever call myself a guru.
Right? Yeah, correct.
I would never do that.
Really?
Because for me, I think the term holds so much weight that, you don't, I don't think I will ever reach that level of, being called a guru because you feel like, people who are actual gurus who are like experts at things and we have not reached that level. So
gurus are like experts really lah.
Yeah, I mean, a guru is a very heavy term lah, of a teacher that, everybody respects and has so much of reverence for, and the person is so knowledgeable about whatever it might be.
I see.
So it's a very heavy term.
So you
So we
wouldn't,
ju-
you would be afraid to call yourself
I would
guru,
never do
right?
that. I would never do that to myself.
Is your mother a guru then?
Sure, but I don't think she will accept if you call her that also lah.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
But if people were to call her, will she be like, no lah, don't call me
She
guru?
would probably
I
scold
see.
them.
Then how would we address the teacher then?
So when my teachers, when I see them, I just say sir, but with a lot of,
Respect
namaste
lah.
sir.
Namaste, sir. But I also heard that sometimes in Indian we call like Guruji. Oh, what is this G?
No, G is also, G is the very North Indian way of respect lah, showing respect. So they would put like G for every, just generally like anyone also, so you become like Chinglun G, Firdaus G.
Baby G.
Can. Why not?
Is that why?
We need to check who came up with the term. It might be some Indian fella.
If in Malay you call someone G, it means they go do pilgrimage already. Because it's the short term for Haji.
Haji, so G.
G. Then for ladies, Jaja. Like that.
So our dear friend just came back from pilgrimage. You call
So
him-
he's G lah.
People
Is it
can
same?
call him G already lah.
So
Yeah,
it's
but
what?
he's not a proper Haji yet lah. Never go at the correct month. Got correct month want to
Okay,
go.
which month is it?
The Hari Raya Haji month lah.
So we come back that Indian too you call Guruji.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. So anything add to just the G lah.
Yeah, the G is very North Indian lah.
Aditi G.
People have actually called me that and I'm like, because my name, my surname is Gopinathan, right? So it's with a G. Then I'm like, what's up with the whole, why y'all, then they're like, no, G. I'm like, oh, that G, right, the J-I, okay,
Oh, so
got it.
J-I? It's not the G.
No, it's not the letter G, it's the J-I. So, like the Guru G would be Guru with a J-I at the bottom, at the back. So when they call Aditi G, they essentially mean like Aditi with a J-I, and I'm like, G, Gopinathan, that one. Then they're like, no. I'm like, okay. Noted.
Understood.
Because I learned Indian music from Ghana sir, right? So we call him Guru. And then they also call him Guruji. And then after they also joke about because it's Ghana, so it's Ghana. So Guruji, Ghana like this. Yeah, but of course, I think it's for us, I think it's very respectable. You know, when we want to embrace other people's culture, we try to call accordingly. And just in Malay culture, we have the Cikgu, and then the higher level is Guru.
The Guru, yeah.
So we all call Guru.
Yeah.
This term
It's
don't know where it
similar.
comes from.
Sanskrit.
Sanskrit, I think it's Sanskrit lah, but must check lah. It might be from somewhere else, so no, you never know.
The guru's guru lah. The guru say okay. But why is Cikgu? Cikgu is teacher lah.
Cikgu is teacher.
But guru is really higher
Yes.
than Cikgu lah.
So like for example, the term principal is guru besar, means big teacher.
Oh.
But
so it's the
guru is
principal
not
lah.
teacher. Why not Cikgu besar?
Cikgu besar is like discipline master, discipline mistress kind of level.
Oh.
Right. No.
No.
My lifeline
Lifeline
say
say
no.
no.
I salah.
Wrong answer.
Stay back after school.
Detention.
Cikgu besar means big teacher.
Big teacher. Okay. Never mind. We will do the subtitle in the right way. We have this saying called 一日为师，终身为父. So it means that even just one day as a teacher, once I teach you just one day, I'm like your father already. So I treat you like a son. Yeah, for life. So this is how important Chinese respect the teachers and view as a teacher, right? So of course there are many teachers and scholars. One is Confucius.
Confucius.
Yeah, he's a teacher, right? Yeah. So he passed on his knowledge to his student. But I think very close to Indians
Yes,
is that
absolutely.
it's more like a mentor. Then you come to the house, you serve the family. Not really literally serve, because in the past, you don't pay teacher
Fees.
with a fee.
Yeah.
So you be very close to the teacher, like a son.
Yeah.
And the teacher's job is to really teach and then to pass on the knowledge, values in particular. So they also say, like a strict teacher in Chinese, we say 严师出高徒, means a strict teacher will train good students. So there's a lot of this type of saying.
Yep.
So what about, is it equivalent, the same in
Yes.
Yeah, it's actually
the Malay
similar.
culture or
Yeah.
Indian?
Very much.
Yeah,
Very much.
Correct. Like for example, before we meet the teacher, before the teacher accepts you, right? There's like maybe not like a ritual lah, but people will bring gifts for the teachers. Like they will give a whole chicken, egg lah, whatever necessities for the teacher. Then after that, you talk to the teacher. Yeah, this one my son or my daughter want to learn with you. Then after that, maybe do some simple chores first to see whether they are compatible.
Oh, can clean my house clean enough or not? Not clean, sorry lah. I think you cannot be my student.
Yeah, and some people, from what I heard lah, from my close teachers that I found, they actually sat outside the house for almost 3 days, 3 nights.
Oh.
Just waiting for the teacher to really accept him to become his student.
Is it like last time or now?
If we say last time, it's not that long also actually. Maybe like 50, 60 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah, so people actually do that. Visit the teacher's house, then wait for 3 days, 3 nights until the teacher like want to accept or don't want to accept.
Because the teacher wants to make sure that you're serious about learning the
correct.
thing.
And you don't even like learn the thing that you want to learn immediately. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Usually they will give you do chores make sure you clean this one. If you want to learn the drums, make sure you know how to clean this area first. Then how you hold the drum, how you respect the drum. You don't even touch the drum. You don't even
set
play.
up this classroom for the class, but you don't touch the instrument, because if you want to touch the instrument, you have to have reached a certain level before you can go. We have a lot of that, actually a mixture of both lah.
So I also heard that for Indian drama in particular, to learn the drums, right, you need to learn how to do the corner chord.
Yes.
And sometimes they even like say 10 years not even touching the drums, just learning how to say the corner chords.
Yes, I remember like I went for Hindustani classes for a year with my teacher, and I remember him saying that when he went for class, he spent the first 3 years of his... So he was living with the teacher, so he's living in the house, he's doing the housework, he's doing everything, and he was learning from the teacher. It took him 3 years to start learning. He sat and learned one note for 3 years.
Wow.
So he sang just the sa. So it's like morning till night until from the teacher tells him, okay, like get up, start, until the teacher's like, okay, stop. He just goes, sa, just keep singing one note.
For 3 years,
For
just sa.
3 years. He said only sang. Sad.
Movable saw. Sa. Movable do.
Something will come flying from wherever the teacher is.
Wow, that's really tough.
Yeah.
3 years of just sa. I think I go crazy there. Enough. I don't
Because
learn
what happens is, right, so in that setup, what happens is the teacher has multiple students. So this one is, let's say, the youngest one or the newest one. So he's sitting and singing the sa all the time. But he's also allowed to sit and listen to the teacher taking other classes. And then when the teacher decides, like, okay, you know, like 3 a.m., he decides he wants to sing something or play something, he would wake up all the students and then they're all supposed to sit up and listen to the teacher perform and play the rag or whatever. So that gives them that, you know, that push to want to get there. But the teacher's like, until I'm happy with your one note, there's
Then,
no way you're learning anything. So perfect it and then move on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really amazing. Hey, I went to India once and then I went to learn the flute, the Indian flute, right? Then I went in, the teacher was actually playing the drone throughout.
Yeah.
Tampura.
Yeah.
And the whistles, the
Yep.
drone throughout. I
Yep.
think it's very interesting.
No,
And it's so meditative, you know.
you
You go
have-
into the house and you hear the tampura. Wow.
So the tambura is supposed to be played from the beginning till whenever the class ends. You cannot switch it off. It has to keep playing because the idea is that you listen and make sure that whatever you play or sing is within that shruti or the pitch, right? So you if you have it constantly playing, you do not listen to other sounds, but your attention is completely focused on that one sound, and so it sort of makes you pitch perfect lah. That's the idea.
You are trying to internalize that drone inside.
So that
you.
if you switch off the drone also, you should be able to still sing in perfect pitch. That's the idea.
That's good.
When you go take shower. Is there anything interesting about the Malay culture, like when you go and learn music from
So
cikgu?
far, I mean, for me, I was not blessed enough to have individual teachers or gurus to teach me. So I only get to see people who were taught by these teachers, and that's how they explain lah. They had to do like chores, wait for 3 days, 3 nights lah.
So you avoided that lah.
Not avoided lah. I think don't even have chance lah. Don't even have
Because
chance
you
to
never stay
experience.
3 days, 3 nights, ma. You go 3 hours and go home lah.
3 hours lah.
Go McDonald's, just what you were talking about already. We finally to McDonald's lepak already.
So what I heard is something like what Aditi
Aditi.
said also. Yeah, so they had to internalize certain things, like before they can play music, from what I heard, they must know how to do the dance steps.
Oh.
They must learn the dance.
So what if you're like a bad dancer?
Then too bad lah.
Really?
They will be pushed into you lah, that you must get this right, then you can play the beats correctly. Because dance,
Then like me, then cannot make it lah. I cannot dance to rhythm, but I sing to rhythm.
To rhythm.
Then how?
Wow, then
Die
maybe
lah.
got problem a bit lah.
Thankfully lah, you're not Malay lah.
I know, right?
Indians allowed, no problem.
Yeah, because music and dance in Malay is intertwined.
Oh.
Yeah. Is it dance first or music first? Either one lah. So they intertwine. If you want to play drums properly or any melody, you must know how the dance is about first. Then you can internalize the beats correctly. Yeah. But how they disseminate the lesson is usually via verbal lah. Verbal,
same.
because we don't have any
Written
like
text.
written text. Like Western books easy right now. Wow, everything also written. But
We also don't have.
We don't have.
So in the past, even like the music learning, there
All
wasn't.
oral learning.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
see,
for
I
example, you want to play the rhythm, you just sing tung tak kempang tung. Then you must try and figure out that part. Like for example, just now she sing sa for 3 years, right? Maybe
No,
for
I
the
didn't sing
rebana, you have to play the gong for 6 months. Make sure your gong is nice.
Gong.
Yeah, get the correct gong. Then after that, then you can move on to other things.
Actually, in Chinese context as well,
Oral
percussionists will learn how to say the different percussion sound, like kang cai, yi cai kang, yi cai.
Actually, I find that very interesting.
It is. But of course, I'm not an expert. We can even ask. But maybe Aditi, do you know some konoko, simple ones that you can share? Equivalent.
Not really lah.
It's different, right? Even like a percussion konokos and vocal.
Yeah, it's different.
It's different, right?
No, so the konokol artist, the way they say it and how the mridangist would say it will change a little bit.
They change because of the sound of the instrument.
Yes,
right?
and because the konokol artists, like you have specific konokol artists who just only say the konokol throughout. I think for them, they don't have a percussion instrument, right? So then the modulation is a lot more musical than when a mridangist or a tabla player says the
Theirs
balls.
will be more stable in terms of pitch.
Yeah.
But for the konokolis, they will
It's
be
a
like,
little bit more. Yeah. There's a lot more. There's a lot more movement.
I think one of the favorite singers I've heard was Aruna Sairam.
But she's not a konokol artist.
She's not, but when she sing the
she's very like
Tilana, wow, very nice.
Yeah, she's very
Amazing.
So what, she just embellished it? Or
she's got her own style. It's like really, she will start, like it sounds a bit like rap sometimes and all that. She starts doing all kinds of things and like sound effects and all in her singing. But only she can pull it off. The rest of us do it, probably get things thrown at our faces.
You all should go and check out Aruna Sairam, Tilana. Amazing.
Yeah. So, well, it's the same for Chinese. A lot of this music are being sung through different people, parents and also the gurus will sing the tune. And then from there, it's improvisation. Yeah. And the development for music is only the few hundred years. Even for actually Western music as well. It's only dated maybe 300-400 years for the Western classical, the romantic period, the Renaissance
That's
period.
only 400 years.
Yeah, it's about 400-ish years until now, and all the way back to even Renaissance and even pre-Renaissance period. But during then, they start to score their music, and that's where we get our information today. But for Chinese wise, right, we have the scoring of writing the words for the guqing. Yeah, so basically it didn't talk about time. Time not so important. For example, we don't have a fixed tempo. A fixed time signature, like Adi Tala, for time like that. No. So, but it tells you precisely on which string to use, which finger to press, how to press, you plug or you pull, something like that. And then, and because this is only which string, right, then which position you pressed. So the word itself is a Chinese character which mix up of different things, that tells you precisely where you should hit plug. Then from there, then you decide the next note where to go. Then you make up your own music.
Wow, fascinating. So everyone will play something slightly different.
And guqing is a very soft instrument. You really need to mic up. So the guqing actually played for themselves, and not for enjoyment like that. Very close setting.
Yeah, it's very soft.
Very soft. So the last time in the olden days, you see all the movies, the scholars will play, the emperor will play all these instruments. Then long. Then next thing, and then long. Like that. Yeah. So there's one story very interesting. It's called Boya. He's playing this thing, and then he feels so sad. Like I play but nobody understand. Then there's one guy who heard from far, then came and said, "I understand your music." Wow, then this is called 知音. You find someone that you understand your music, understand you. So you feel very happy, then they become friends, good friends. After which I think the person passed away or what. Then he felt so sad. Then he break the instrument and said, "I'm not going to play forever."
So sad. Then music die like that only.
Wow.
Interesting. But we also have another idiom called playing the instrument for the cows. Because it's called 对牛弹琴, you play and then moo.
No one understand. Actually, I got a shirt last time that says that.
Is it?
Yeah.
Playing music for the cows?
Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't know what it meant until someone mentioned to me, like playing music for the cows. Okay.
It's a Chinese idiom.
Oh, fascinating.
It makes me remind me of the show. Do you know the Turn Left, Turn Right movie? The 向左转向右转 is anyway, it's a movie. And then at the start of the show, the person was playing violin, and then he's feeding all the pigeons. Right? I say, "Okay, you all eat, and then while I play, you all must listen." I think this is how maybe our YouTuber we should. Nobody watching our video, so we should maybe entice them. One interesting thing about my journey learning, right, is also that when there's a lot of China teacher who came down to Singapore, masters, and then my teacher will say, "Oh, go and visit them and go and learn from them." And then he will always remind us, when you pay the money, of course, he will tell us the price, like, how much is it? And then say, please put the money in the envelope. Then pass to the teacher. I never understood why. Do you all know why?
No. Respect.
So I didn't understand. I know my dad actually knows that too. So my dad, when every time I give my fees to my teacher, he'll always prepare in the envelope.
Yeah, I also always have put in envelopes. But I don't know why lah. I just thought it was a form of respect.
Yeah.
As opposed to like just dropping
so that
cash.
the money don't get lost.
Get lost. You take from the wallet, will lost one. So then I went for my piano class, and my teacher, Mr. James Yap, he told me to do the same. So, but he explained it very nicely. He says that, you come for my class, right? And you learn something today. But we are not buying and selling. What am I selling you today? No, right? I don't sell you anything. You say I sell you knowledge, but are you sure you learn so much? And then, for example, if let's say the class is $100, right? So is your knowledge worth $100?
Oh.
So it's not a buy and sell.
Yeah.
Right? But of course, in today's society, we don't bring chicken, bring lamb, bring vegetable to your guru house already. So we give money, right? It's easier to think. So it is during those time, when we bring chicken and eggs, to the Guruji house, is to show our respect, our appreciation. But in today's term, it's money. So there is no buy and sell. So you put the money inside, although it's a agreed amount, put in the envelope, and you show your appreciation to the teacher. And it's never a buy and sell.
Right.
So he says that, of course, you put the money inside, then you can write nice note, ma. Right? You say, thank you, teacher, for your time, I appreciate the learning today. Yeah, and of course, he also says don't have to buy envelopes, just use the recycle one, People send you a lot of envelopes, right? Then you just open.
Just reuse
just put the money inside, reuse, and just write your name. And I thought that is very worthy. Yeah. Something for us to understand.
Yep.
Yeah. And he also mentioned another thing. Not him. So subsequently, then I also came across people telling me, you go to fortune teller, people give you fortune telling, right? And then after that, you give a red packet. Why? Because it's a token of appreciation. You give the money $100, so your life only worth $100. So no, it's a blessing. It's a gesture that you appreciate someone enlightening you, someone guiding you, telling you something. And the money is never enough, right? Because your knowledge, your life, your fortune telling life,
it's more
everything
than that.
is more than that. Yeah. So this is like my heartfelt appreciation. Yeah.
Lovely.
So I think I am very fortunate. A lot of times when we try, even when you are students, we don't come, you have limited resource, but we really want to learn. So every time I try to offer things to my teacher always, it's okay, I don't need that. I still remember one time I started working already. Then I was mooncake festival, and I sent my teacher to the airport, gave him mooncake and put the red packet with some money inside. And then he drove him, and then I just happy mooncake festival, and then I said him, then he's like, what is this? And then he, why is there red packet? Then no, it's just a small token. And then he said, no, this one I shouldn't take our money. Then he took the money out in front of me, and then he started counting, and then I'm like, oh my god, why are you doing that? And then he said, you shouldn't have given me money. So he gave me back the money. He said, I take the red packet. I appreciate your kindness, your respect. So along the line, from my learning, I'm very fortunate to learn from many people.
Yep.
So these are the great experience that I have from these Gurujis that I have. Yeah. Any interesting stories to share?
So I studied in India in an institution that's very old school. And my mom studied there as well. So I was very fortunate to go back to the same campus that my mother had studied in and all that. And one of my teachers is my mom's classmate. Was the strictest teacher I've ever had. Actually, all my teachers were very strict. They were very strict.
Which is good. The Chinese say strict teacher will have good student.
No, I agree. I mean, at that time, I used to hope and, oh God, I hope they never see this episode. I used to hope and pray that they don't come to college, or they don't come to class, or they are sick, or something happens to them, just so that one day, we don't get screamed at. But it's been many, many years now when I think about it. I'm very grateful for all of the shouting and screaming. And he took his mobile phone and he threw it at my face.
Nokia.
Yeah, you know no, it wasn't. You know, it's the Ericsson. You know, the one that looks like a soap. That really big one with the battery. One fling, and I'm like, I ducked. Luckily, I had like decent reflexes, right? So I ducked, and then it flew past me, and then it broke open, so the battery came out. Then he's like, fix it back. I'm like, oh, okay, sure. And I'm like, okay. So yeah, that has happened. I've had like a bunch of things flung at my face lah. The violin teacher took his keys and he threw it at me. He's like, what rubbish are you doing? I'm like, okay, sure. But it was very, very interesting because they were all actually very they really, really wanted us to do well, and they really wanted to see everybody, you know, like coming up in life. But they also, I think, wanted to tell us that the reality of being a musician is not going to be easy.
Yeah, it's not pretty as
it's
it
not
seems.
pretty, and people are not going to be very nice to you. They're going to be very critical. They're going to be terribly nasty very often. So I think that was essentially the idea behind all of the screaming and shouting, so that, you know, you're prepared for anything that people might say. Whatever they say, you have already heard worse of before, so it's not going to bother you, and you're going to be okay. That's how I like to think of it lah. Because it was very, very interesting. I mean, they all, like that teacher who took the phone and flung it at me, right? He still does text sometimes, and every time I see the text, I quickly stand up. I'm like, oh no.
Namaste.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa. And it takes me a while to like reply, oh, namaste sir, hello, how are you? But he's like, oh, you know, like, are you singing? I'm like, yes. In your head? And I'm like, not really, maybe. I don't know. Then he's like, when are you going to start class? And I still haven't started yet because I'm scared that I don't have time to practice. And then even if it's going to be an online class, I'm going to get screamed at. So I'm like, I better get like mentally prepared for it before I go to him. So yeah lah. I mean, but it's a very interesting experience when you sit with people like this. You really appreciate the fact that they want you to learn everything and want you to do well. But it's also tough lah.
Talking about this kind of experiences, right? Teachers scold and scream at us, right? So what I learned is to be more confident. Yeah, to be more confident. And this is what I've been teaching my students. Yeah. So like, for example, got one experience, right? My conductor, he was actually conducting and I was playing the keyboard at that time. So we had two keyboards, keyboard 1, keyboard 2. I was the dumb one on the keyboard. I cannot play well. I play, but I was very confident. I know what I want to play. What? Right, I'm a composer.
Improviser.
I improvise on the spot. So play. Then suddenly he stopped the music. He's stupid.
Oh yo.
Then I thought it was me, you know. Then it was the other girl. Then he was like, what are you playing? Stupid.
Ayo, really
That was
Stupid is okay, what? I've heard worse things said to me.
I mean, for kids, we are so scared.
I was only 17. The teacher said all kinds of nasty things to me.
The worst thing is that she's playing according to the score.
So then...
And I was the one playing wrongly, but I was so confident with my face and like, it's complimenting the music.
So you are the one.
Yeah, so she got scolded for nothing when she's playing the actual score, and I'm like playing, okay, I play to what I like lah. But because confident then she looked so scared, but she play correctly. Then she could not scold it. So the lesson learned was be confident. And this is not the first time. That was only the second time. The first time was I was in secondary school. I was playing the French horn. So all my section mates, they all so scared one. We had to memorize our music for marching. We were going for a competition, I had to memorize. So I memorized according to what I like. And I was the first person to audition. I was so scared, don't want to play. I was like, okay lah, I go lah. I play, very good, confident, all very loud and clear. Then the next person keep repeating, play. Then after they finish, then they scold me. My whole section scold me. Why you play Why all we play is wrong, you play correctly?
Then nobody will ever get it correct.
Yeah, because I play according to what I hear, what I like. So yeah, so be confident, be confident.
Wow.
The
Thankfully,
teachers
we are not your classmates.
I know. You know, I was that girl that got shouted at in class every day. some clown will make a mistake and the teacher looks at me and he's like, you! And I'm like, oh no, it's me. Why?
But sometimes it's not you, right?
It was never me.
That's why you must be confident.
Wow.
Be confident. See, I never get scolded because confident.
Sorry, I put the two of you to sit together in your A class.
Right.
Please do not kill each other after the episode.
So that is what I have been teaching my students also. Even if you are learning and playing your music, right? Just be confident so that I can hear whether you're playing correctly or wrongly. If you're playing wrongly, then I won't scold lah. I was like, okay, that was wrong. That's it. But if you play wrongly but confident, like I didn't notice, means okay, somewhat correct.
You are trying to tell the student, if you can cheat my ears, you pass.
You pass. Yeah lah, confidence important Confident. This teacher cannot.
This teacher, never mind. Next time you join my class.
I don't want it.
Next time you join my class also.
I think I'm the first one you guys speak, right? Any mistake, already? Yo!
No. Firdaus, do one time.
But you must make sure you have your score with you.
No problem.
If not, you never see your score. I play confidently. Correct.
No, then we say, play again. Very simple to check. One more time.
I think second time still can. Third time, I think then like scared already.
Okay, thank you very much for sharing. And I think this episode is really talking about guru, right?
Yeah.
Our cikgu, our 老师. And it seems like a Teacher's Day episode.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, but I think maybe in the next few episodes we can even talk about learning. What do we actually learn in class? And of course, our experience we will share. Each, I mean, Aditi went to India.
Yep.
You know, I went to China to study. And Firdaus going to where? Soon,
Soon. I hope so. Thank you.
Soon. Okay. So, well, that's all for today. And then I hope you learned something, regarding our teacher and of course how we felt about our teachers. And you can leave comments, about how you feel about a teacher, or if you have any good or bad experience with your teacher.
And if you are one of our students, you can only say nice things. Otherwise, we're going to come after you.
So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel. Okay, and also share more share. Not
And
enough.
comment.
Okay.
My name is Singlun.
I'm Aditi.
I'm Firdaus, and hope to see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.